Like say for example, first you have to define topic. Like you can take like hot topics in environmental science, something like that. You can see that will give you some top 10 list of terms, something like that. Like climate change gonna be pretty important nowadays. Like even Chennai have got major floods. So climate, that is because of climatic change or something. So let's take a look at that. So once you take that, and you can further redefine it to climatic change topics, and that will give us a list of topics like air quality index and so on. Right, so you can go through any websites, like for example United States climatic change website, like this USDA climatic change resource center, CCRC. Right, you can see a list of topics like biodiversity and climatic change and something like that. Right, let me go to this. Or you can even take the climatic change, what does that mean, so something like that, right? So it's a you will not have much difficulty in finding the concepts. Like, so how you make a good analogy out of these topics is that, like, I'll tell you how to go about and do. Like, say let's freeze climatic change. So climatic change, right? uh, and Yeah, open a Microsoft Word. Like, you can call that as a mood board. It is actually a concept that they use in graphic design, in which they take different pictures and different designs. This is just like a rough note, rough in a scrapbook or something like that. So in which you paste them and something like that, right? So you can, what you have to do is you have to make into two different things. Like, one is table. Uh, you can have this like can type in description, and you can all reference or cross reference, whatever it might be. So it's not formatable. This is for you, right? So you do not submit this. This is for your understanding, right? So if I'm a student, I will be doing that. And my topic is climate change. And it's a broad spectrum, so I can navigate to different subdivisions of that, like by referring to it. I can just go, this is a climate change. So whenever I just type in climate change, that will take me to this page. Say the long term effect of climate change includes. So these are effects, but does not define climatic change. So I just put climate change and definition, and that will take me to the climatic change definition. So this is a change in global or regional climatic patterns, in particular a change apparent from mild to late 20th century onwards, and attribute largely to increased levels of atmospheric carbon dioxide or something like that, right? So this is one thing. I'll take this climate change, right? And then I'll just, you can see, my Word document. So I'll just paste here. You don't have to really worry about formatting and all. I just paste that and then do this kind of stuff. So since I just pasted as a, can paste it as text so that these kind of things doesn't happen. You can call that as like Google definition, and then you can even subdivision that as definition. It's something like that. Then later on, you come to the definition given by United Nations. It is this thing. You read this and then you copy paste it. So do not take whichever is not required, something like that. Right. So this is refers to long term. Do not be very, make it bold. Just make it normal. And then this is from United Nations, UN, something like that. What they say is it's a long term shift and something like that, right? So I've got two things, like you can even take further definitions, like definitions, WHO. Let's take WHO definition, and then it gets navigated to different things, right? Something like climate change activities and something like that, right? Survey report. We can always navigate to it for something like that. Survey report, right? And you can see some of the no, right? So something like it does not have a definition actually, but something like health and climate change country survey, something like that. But it's not required. We are sticking with definitions only. Like yeah, here it is. According to World Health Organization, is long-term shift in temperature weather patterns. They have a very short definition or something like that. So we'll go back to World Health Organization, right? Or you can even change the font. I use Garamond. I like that font very much. And so it looks very attractive. So which means I've just, taken down the concept, right? Something like that. So this is how you create mood board. And then you can even take pictures. I'll go to climatic change. I'll go to images, in which I can take any image or something like that. So we are not using for commercial purpose. So we can take any images. Like for example, if we go to safe search, and there's one thing called advanced search. Let me try. Here it is, settings. Um, Not this one. All right. So let's take a look at these images. Here it is, tools. Right. So you can even use anything, commercial and other licenses also. Right. So you'll get good pictures. These are licensed pictures, but then like we are using for assignment only, right? And then we can even talk about the type, like a line diagram or clip art or something like that. Or you can even take sizes, like generally we take a large size so that we can use it so that without the clarity goes down or something like that. Some pictures, say for example this pandemic, we talk about climatic change. So we talk about we don't take like any type, we just go to any type, photographs or something like that. Yeah, this looks really good picture. I'll just click here, and this is from Job One for Humanity, and it seems nice pictures. I'll just take some pictures. Yeah, here it is. So you copy the image, and you can go to that, and you can start pasting this, and you can resize them. Let me go to this. I'll copy the URL, because sometimes we may not go back to the or we may not find the same images in Google. So in that case, it's always good to let me use the size of them. Yeah, here it is. I can even reduce it even more further, more images, and I just provided the URL, and then I just recite or something. So this gives me a mood board of the things that are pertaining to just climate change. Why do we create a mood board? Is that like we may, for example, we lost this image, right? So I don't know where exactly this image is. So now I just type in like climate change, and then I'll go to images, and you can see I lost it, completely lost that image and its corresponding location, right? So it'll be very difficult to get back it. You might not remember, like for this case, we remembered climate change definition by WHO, World Health Organization. Probably even then you can see the image we could not trace back. So it's lost is lost. Cannot see that, no, right? So that's not there. Since that time we have got the rights to the commercial use also, and then yeah, here it is. You see, this is what we have used. So sometimes we might lose track. We cannot remember a URL of many pictures and something like that, right? So in that case, you can still go about this website and you can start reading also. You talk about this thing. We have squandered valuable decades when we could gradually increase this, something like that. Like you can see some 40-year global warming data or something like that. So you can read this article and something. That's how you just generally, it gets looped through. Right. I'll just close this for a moment. And you can also go to YouTube videos and other videos like about video stuffs. You can go to watch some videos that are really good, like in case like the NASA climate kits and the United Nations video, something like the World Meteorological Organization, and so on, right? Something like that, right? So you can watch any clip, say for example this clip, then you can talk about sustainable development. It goes to UN.org. Sustainable development goals, actually 17 goals are there, and you can watch this video and you can take a screen capture. For example, I just watched this video. I found somewhere like this was the advertisements and all. Then I'll take a screen capture. You can type in print screen in your where is print screen, print screen, and then you can paste it in the mode board. You should acknowledge that. You can even crop that. Removing the website content and all, you can keep it like YouTube thing. So the center it get cropped. You can see it's cropped. So increasing greenhouse gas connection, something like that with fuel, future global heat from World Meteorological thing. You can go to this, or you can directly go to that and open in a YouTube. So you can always save, since we have taken this from two sources, like from YouTube as well as from the logo. Here it is. I mean the website un.org, and paste that and save this. So this will be your initial portion, like your search. How does your search also happen, right? So right. So this is a preliminary Google step. I'll also tell you two couple of websites, two websites, so you can search that. Like one is the Scholar, Google Scholar. It is actually so scholar.google.com. So go to Google Scholar, and you can talk about like climate change. There are links. You can see climate change 2007, something like that. It takes some time. Yeah, here it is, like environmental analysts, like report for intergovernmental panel on climate change. They have got contribution of working group 1 to 4 assessment, something like climate change. They have got some, different things. Here they talk about various sea level and northern hemisphere, and same way you can download this document, or you can read books like avoiding dangerous climate change, like ADC book actually. But some features will be available here. You can screen capture that and you can put it that. For example, if I want to use this image, I can zoom in and I can screen capture it and then I can put it in the mood board, right? So it's how you just generate. I think this is really good illustration. Let me print screen this and I'll take one. Then like I'll crop that image. Even the image has got its source. Like you can see, modified after Aaron Jones climate change or something like that. I find this image is really interesting. So I'll not only copy the Google Books thing. Here. But also you can, click this book. It's a Cambridge University Press, right? So I think you can get the details of the book here, like avoiding dangerous. So we can even give it here or there, whatever, wherever you like, something like that. So this is very important. This will become database of your knowledge or the search you make, right? For the first review, this could be the major portion of your work. So you have to collect a lot of data and something like that, and you put it here, right? So this is about Google Scholar. Another website is called, go to Google and this is ProQuest, right? So it's a website for better research and something like that. You can click here and you can type in like you want a journal or book or video or audio, dissertation or thesis, and so on, and the newspaper, historical. So everything is here. Like I don't specifically, mention a journal or book. I want all. All includes even newspaper, historical, magazines, trade. So it's a one uh, page where you get a lot of details or something like that. Let me type in climate change. That will search a lot of databases, and then they gave me this like climate change 101. Like I'll just right click and open a new tab, and then like there are books, issues like some trade journals. So I think now we have got the open access content. You can download it in PDF format or something. So you can see this is open access. Our thesis on impact of climate change. You can download this as PDF and something like that. And you can click this site. Or you can details, go to here it is. You can click this and you can copy this and put it in the thing, and you can rename the PDF as the number 123 or something like that. So it's pretty much an important thing, right? All right, so let me 1 second. Sciencefair.com. This is a popular thing, but we need to have a college the credentials, something like that. So if I search like climate change, it will give me some journals pertaining to the climate change, like decade of generation difference between difference in feelings about climate change, and then climate change adaptation indicator or something like that. So these are journal articles. Uh, say for example, Korea. This changes everything. Climate shocks and sovereign bonds. A lot of important cost of decarbonization hydro-based power systems. It's a pretty recent, like February 2022, and climate change vulnerability adaptation measure. IPCC International Panel on Climate Change current vulnerability. Let me go and click this. The short communication, and you can download it as free. So that will open this document, and then you can start working on the concept pertaining to this. Right? Let me search. Here, this is VIT sponsored, stuff. So let me check whether I can download all the content. Yeah, you can see access provided by Vellore Institute of Technology, and which you can search about climate change. Remember the previous case, we talked about that in open browser or something like that. Oh, this is something. Climate change. Let me getting crashed. Yeah, here it is. You can see since it is by VIT, I can download all this stuffs. Like, let me take one example. Let me sort it by most recent first. Some of the no recent. Let me go to subject as climate change. Something like fire history during past 18,000 years in Ethiopia. So when I click that, uh, it will take me to this thing, some research article, as like I can download that and make use of that or something.